Hey folks, this is Stacy with some quick directions on how to set up your Schoology so that you are using the course skeleton that Chris shared with you during Teacher Work Week. So I'm going to walk you through that process. The first step is to click on this link, which will take you to the course skeleton. Once that loads, you will notice a box over here. Now, I've already added this to my resources, but you'll see a box right here that has a plus sign that you are going to click on and add to your resources. Now, this particular resource has two options, and our focus for HCPS Middle School is option 1. So after you've added that to your resources, you're going to come up here and click on Resources. And over here under My Resources, you're going to click on Downloads because that's where it goes to. And you will see HCPS course skeletons right here. Now, when I click on this, it's going to open up and give me my two options. Again, we are focused on adding option 1 to our course. So I'm going to click the gear icon to the right of option 1, and I'm going to click Add to Course. And I'm going to scroll to find the class that I want to add it to. Now, for this first part, guys, I want you to simply add it to one course for right now because we're going to get it all situated and edited before you actually copy it over to your other classes. So I'm going to add it to this course here. And then once that is done, shows me that the template was added, I'm going to go and navigate to that course. Now it's going to add it to the bottom of your course materials page. And so I can see it here. Now I've already done this once, so you'll see it up here as well, but this is where it has been added in my course. Now what I want you to do is over to the left of the blue folder is to click this arrow, and it will show you all the contents of that folder. Now we are eventually going to delete this particular folder because we don't want to have that folder named in our course. It won't make any sense to our students. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just click and drag each of these folders right above that option 1 folder and pull it out. Oops. I'm going to grab quarter 4 and then put my weekly course checklist at the top here. Now I think I dragged quarter 3 into one of these folders accidentally. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. All right, so I'm going to drag this out, collapse that, and then move him back down here. Okay, so once I have moved everything out of the folder, you should see your weekly course checklist, and I'm going to put that right above course information. And my computer is slowly doing its thing. So again, I'm going to move weekly course checklist up top. And then I'm going to have your course information folder, quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this folder right here is empty. So I'm going to come over here and delete it because we do not need that folder anymore. I'm going to confirm that delete. All right, so once that is complete, your foldering structure is set up correctly, okay, with the weekly course checklist up top, course information, and your 4 quarters down here. Now you can go ahead and unpublish any of these folders right now that you're not going to need, and I kind of recommend that just to clean things up for your students and make it easier to navigate your course. Now the second part of this is to make sure that you add your weekly course checklist to the top here. So I'm going to click back on the directions and I'm going to scroll until I get to step 8. And step 8 has the link that you can make a copy of the course checklist. So let me open that up. And it does appear as a template. Once it finishes loading, you'll be able to click Use Template. And it's actually going to make a copy of it for you and put it in your drive. Now, once it's added to your drive, you're going to come up here and change the file name. So course checklist, make sure you add your name and course somewhere. I'm going to go back to the good old days when I taught US History 1. And up here in the header are the directions for what you need to do for this document. So I'm going to walk you through those directions. Now, first, I'm going to delete these directions here. And to do that, because it's a header, I have to double click to activate that header. And then I can highlight and then delete. Again, you have to double click in order to get rid of that. Then I'm going to click below, and I'm just going to rename this. You can put your email, and then you are going to edit the date. Right? Now you can format this however you want, change colors, add pictures, do what you need to suit your course. But the general idea is to have this weekly checklist or kind of agenda at the top of your course so that your students and parents can quickly access information about assignments and any special notes in your course. All right, now once you have done this, I'm going to go ahead and click the share settings and change the share settings so that anyone with the link can view. And the reason why I want to say anyone as opposed to anyone in Hanover County Public Schools is I want my parents to be able to see this. Our parents are not a part of our Google domain. So if you do not open these share settings up, they will not be able to see it. And it's important for our parents to be able to see it. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to change this to anyone with the link can view. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this link. We're going to need this in just a few steps. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to click done. Now, I need to go back to Schoology, and this is where I'm going to be putting that checklist. And I'm not going to simply link the checklist. I'm going to embed it so that it actually appears right here at the very top, and my students or parents do not have to click in order to see it. So this is a page, and I'm going to click Edit. And you are going to get rid of all of the red text. Again, the red text tells you what to do. You can just follow those directions if needed. All right, now you remember how I copied that link from this document here? Well, it says to open this in a larger window or print, click here. So I'm going to add that link that I just copied. So I'm going to click the link icon and paste and insert. And so now that's a clickable link, and that's a really good option. If you embed things, you always want to give your students or parents an option to click the link to open it in a big window to see it better. I'm going to enter a couple times, and then I'm going to go up to this magic button, the Insert Content button, and pull that checklist from my Google Drive resource app. And once my drive loads, I may see it at the top. If you don't see it in this list here, you can simply search for it in the search. And then once you do find it, click the little checkbox to the left of the file name, and then come up here and select Import, Import Embed. And the embed option, again, makes it appear right within this window. Students do not have to click in order to open it. Now, it appears as a yellow box, and you may think you've done something wrong, but you have not. I want you to click this yellow box, and you will see the little circles on the corners. I want you to click and drag this and make that pretty big. I'm actually going to delete a couple spaces here. All right, now this was set up, this course skeleton was set up so that this icon here, this is your display inline. You should see this when you hover over this icon. If it does not say display inline, make sure you click this icon before you hit Save Changes. So I'm going to hit Save Changes, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So you can see now that at the very top of my course, I'll see my weekly checklist. Notice my kids do not have to click on this to see it. It'll show up right here in the window. And then they will be able to see the course information, quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, make sure you unpublish any of that. Now at this point, guys, you can now copy this. Now that it's perfect, you can then come over here and copy these items over to your other courses. Now, we'll tell you that if you teach different courses, so let's say I teach US History 1 and US History 2, I'm going to need to come up to my checklist and make a copy of this. And I'm going to rename it Course Checklist Taylor US History 2. And I'm going to go through the same process in my US History 2 classes to embed the correct weekly course checklist. Otherwise, if you teach the same course, just simply come up here, copy the course. And you can do that with each of these 5 folders here. All right, I think that's about it. Feel free to reach out to Chris or me for any additional questions you may have. Thanks so much.